Hi, I'm slahser, and this is my way of playing support Phantom Assassin. You may be thinking, what the fuck slahser? Now you're just grasping at straws, so you can shill your imminent release of your new game at the end of this video. Well, actually, I sincerely believe that PA support is legit, and I have done well with it in my close to 6k MMR immortal games. I have went 6 wins, 3 losses playing PA support in the soft support role. And that include games where my offlaner gave up after getting first blooded and AFK in jungle from level 1. I would say the main requirement for making this work is to play with a ranged offlaner, like Death Prophet, Winter Wyvern, Wind Ranger or Razor. The few times I've played with a ranged offlaner, we have done very well in the laning stage together. If you're with a melee offlaner and can't do much in lane, you can sometimes get kills in other lanes even from level 1. So why do I have a positive win rate doing this? Well, first of all, PA has a very strong slow and a very low cooldown. She can almost perma-slow enemies once she gets the -2 second dagger reduction talent. So you're able to poke and not commit yourself to a fight. You also have very strong ganking and roaming potential with your slow and your blink, and you can rotate undetected with blur. Blur also enables you to set up very deep wards on the enemy undetected. Once again, I must commend the Dota community on how tolerant and open-minded they are to my off-meta picks. Her main weakness is that she has a very weak defense against an early push, so hopefully your carry won't take anti-mage. Her strength is her strong slow, and that she is able to transition into a core, and I believe that most people have not realized how favorable the current version of Dota is to running a 4 core. The map is so much bigger with much more stuff to farm, and also pushing early is heavily discouraged with the abundant fortify on towers, multi-shot towers, and punishing comeback mechanics if you die pushing. There's a reason Quinn say you should basically only push in under 6k MMR games if you have a gigantic advantage. Now don't get me wrong, we aren't playing like a position 1 PA, being AFK in jungle farming all the time. We're staying close to either our mid laner or offlaner after the laning stage, depending on who's strongest and playing the most aggressive. While being close though, if nothing is happening, you can clear a few camps. The main mistake you can do in a teamfight is to jump into it too early. Once she jumps into the fight, PA is like sniper, being sure to be focused by the enemy. Rather be cautious and just keep throwing daggers at the enemy until they commit on someone else, and then jump their backline supports. For items I start with Orb of Venom, Tangus, Ops and Sentry, Fairy Fire and a Branch. Then I will get a Blightstone, Stick if I need it for lane, Boots and then make a Falcon Blade. Falcon Blade helps you throughout the game with your mana needs, and also the health and attack damage makes you much stronger for early fights. After that I make Treads and then go for Desolator. Then a Guidance Scepter can be good for you to stay constantly blurred in fights, or a Basher might be good, or perhaps BKB. Now you might think that if I'm playing support I should also go for common support items like Force Staff or Glimmer Cape. But think about PA like a Klink's position 4. You go items that boost his killing potential, and thus you also do with PA. Besides her slow, she needs to build damage to be useful. It is not forbidden in Dota for a PA to get Desolator. PA is a glass cannon hero, and even if we have much less farm than a core, a 22-minute Desolator or so still makes us dish out a ton of damage. For my skill build I max dagger, taking Phantom Strike at level 2, blur at level 4, and then usually maxing Phantom Strike after dagger. If the enemy has a ton of physical damage, you can consider getting just 1 point in Phantom Strike and maxing blur. For talents I take -2 dagger slow, then 25% blur evasion, extra dagger damage, and multi-dagger cast. Good luck in your games, and remember, there's a reason she is called Phantom Assassin and not Phantom Farmer. Making these videos earns me just a few dollars, but that's okay, since I make my living making solo indie games on Steam. I have just finished my third game, Behold Battle, which I am releasing on March 4th. Check it out to support Slahser's way.